Hello students, welcome to lecture 10 on the chapter Current Electricity. Overview of this lecture, Kirchhoff's loop rule and Wheatstone's network. Now let us try to understand these two topics one by one. Kirchhoff's loop rule. Even this rule is also called as voltage law or second law. Okay, since Kirchhoff's loop rule deals with sum of voltages in the loop, hence it is called as voltage law. Now let us see the statement of this. The algebraic sum of changes in potential around any closed loop involving resistors and cells in the loop is 0. Change in potential is voltage. The algebraic sum of voltages around any closed loop is equal to 0. That is, summation of E plus summation of IR is equal to 0, where E is EMF, I is current and R is resistance. Okay, now look at this figure. There are different resistors and cells. They are interconnected with one another. Okay, we have three resistors here, R1, R2, R3, and two cells of EMF, E1 and E2. These are interconnected with one another. Can let us try to analyze this circuit by applying Kirchhoff's loop rule. Analysis of loop using Kirchhoff's loop rule. Consider electrical circuit containing two cells of EMF E1 and E2 and three resistors R1, R2, R3, and the currents are shown as shown in the figure. Okay, here we have three resistors R1, R2, R3 and two cells of EMF E1 and E2. They are interconnected. And cell E1 will produce a current I1, cell E2 will produce current I3, hence together we get a current I2 and that is flowing through resistance R2. Now to analyze this, we should have the knowledge of sign convention for Kirchhoff's loop rule. First, let us study the sign conventions for Kirchhoff's loop rule, and then we will apply Kirchhoff's loop rule for individual loops. Sign conventions for Kirchhoff's loop rule. Selection of direction of loop is very important one. Select the direction of loop. Either you can select it in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. Second point, EMF of cell is taken positive. EMF of cell is taken positive if one moves from negative pole to the positive pole of a battery or a cell, that is, if one moves along the direction of increasing potential, then the EMF of cell is taken positive. Now let me explain with this. Okay, the direction of loop is along this direction and it is moving from negative to positive potential. That means it is moving in increasing potential. Hence, EMF of the cell is taken positive. See, if you take the difference between these two, we get positive voltage. Hence, the EMF is taken as positive. Third point, the EMF of cell is taken negative. If one moves from positive pole to negative pole, that is along the direction of decreasing potential, EMF is taken negative. Here the direction of loop is from left to right, that is from positive pole to negative pole. That means it is moving along decreasing potential. When you move from positive pole to negative pole, the potential decreases. Hence, if you take the difference between these two, you get negative voltage. Therefore, EMF is taken as negative. Fourth point, the product of current and resistance is taken negative if one moves in the direction of current. Okay, as you know that current will move from higher potential to lower potential. That means it moves in decreasing potential. Since the direction of loop is along the direction of decreasing potential, hence the IR product is taken negative. Fifth point, the product of current and resistance is taken positive if one moves opposite to the direction of current. Okay, if the direction of loop is opposite to the direction of current, that is, if the direction of loop is along the direction of increasing potential, then IR product is taken as positive. Okay, keeping all these points in mind, and let us try to analyze or apply Kirchhoff's loop rule for a given circuit. Okay, here we have two loops. Okay, one is lower one, upper, second one is upper one. And let us apply Kirchhoff's loop rule for loop 1, that is A, B, E, F, A. Okay, here the direction of loop and direction of current are in the same direction, hence the product of I1 and R1 is taken as negative. And loop is running along the direction of increasing potential, hence EMF of this cell is taken as positive. For this branch, direction of loop and direction of current are in the same direction, hence product of I2 and R2 are taken as negative. Hence, by applying this rule, we can show that sum of voltages in the loop is equal to 0. That is, plus E1 minus I2 R2 minus I1 R1 is equal to 0. Okay, this proves Kirchhoff's loop rule. Now let us apply Kirchhoff's loop rule for second loop, that is B, C, D, E, B. Okay, here the direction of loop is along the direction of decreasing potential. It is moving from positive pole to negative pole. Hence it is along decreasing potential. Therefore, EMF of this cell is taken as negative. Direction of loop and direction of current are opposite to each other. Hence, product of I3 and R3 is taken as positive. For this branch, direction of loop and direction of current are opposite to each other. Hence, product of I2 R2 is taken as positive. Then we can show that minus E2 plus I3 R3 plus I2 R2 is equal to 0. Hence, this also proves Kirchhoff's loop rule. Okay, this is the explanation for Kirchhoff's loop rule. Wheatstone network, or it is also called as Wheatstone bridge. It consists of 4 resistors connected in quadrilateral form. It is used to find the ratio of two resistances or to determine the unknown resistance. Okay, this is the circuit connection to find the balanced condition for Wheatstone network. Okay, it consists of 4 resistors R1, R2, R3 and R4 connected in quadrilateral form, and a battery is connected across AC and galvanometer is connected between B and D. Okay, it consists of 4 resistors R1, R2, R3 and R4 connected in quadrilateral form. A cell is connected between A and C of EMF E, and galvanometer is connected across B and D, and G is resistance of the galvanometer. Now let us obtain or try to derive the condition for balanced Wheatstone network. Okay, due to this battery, a current is produced in the circuit, and when this current flows, when it reaches point A, the current gets divided into two parts. One is I1 and other one is I2. And as I2 reaches point B, again that current gets divided into two parts. Okay, one is IG and other part is I4, and I1 and IG are moving towards D, and together they give I3. Okay, therefore I1 is the current flowing through R1, I2 is the current flowing through R2, I3 is the current flowing through R3, and I4 is the current flowing through R4, and IG is the current flowing through galvanometer. Now let us apply Kirchhoff's junction rule at different points. Okay, first at A. At A, this current I is equal to I1 plus I2. See, this current is getting divided into I1 and I2, hence current I is equal to I1 plus I2. Let this equation be 1. At B, I2 is divided into Ig and I4, hence I2 is equal to I4 plus Ig. At D, I1 and Ig are combined to give I3. Therefore, I3 is equal to Ig plus I1. When the network is balanced, the current flowing through the galvanometer is 0, or these resistances are adjusted such a way that current through the galvanometer is 0, that is Ig equal to 0. Hence, the network is said to be balanced. Okay, the resistances are adjusted such that current through galvanometer is 0, that is Ig equal to 0. The network is said to be balanced. Now, putting the value of Ig equal to 0 in equation number 2 and 3, we get I2 equal to I4. Okay, if this value is 0, then I2 is equal to I4 and I3 is equal to I1. Okay, I'm going to name it as equation number 4. Next, now let us try to apply Kirchhoff's voltage rule for two loops. We have two loops here, A, D, B, A, and other one is C, B, D, C. Apply Kirchhoff's voltage rule or loop rule for loop A, D, B, A. That means the direction of loop is from A, D, B, A. Okay, it is in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now for branch AD, okay, this is called as a branch. Each conductors are called as branch AD. The direction of loop is from A to D, and even the current is flowing from A to D. Hence, the product of I1 and R1 is taken to be negative. Since current and loop direction are in the same direction, hence the product of I1 and R1 is negative. Now for the branch BD, the direction of loop is from D to B. It is from D to B, and current is flowing from B to D. Here the direction of current and loop are opposite to each other. Hence the product of Ig into G is taken as positive. For branch AB, the direction of loop is from B to A and current is flowing from A to B. That means current and loop direction are opposite to each other. Hence, the product of I2 into R2 is taken as positive. Now we can write it as minus I1 R1 plus Ig into G plus I2 into R2 is equal to 0. Since Ig equal to 0, putting this value in this equation, anything multiplied by 0 will be 0. Therefore, minus I1 R1 plus I2 R2 equal to 0. This implies I1 R1 is equal to I2 R2. Let this equation be 5. Now, applying Kirchhoff's loop rule for loop CBDA. Okay, again the direction of loop is anti-clockwise direction. Okay, for branch AB, current is flowing from B to C and the direction of loop is from C to B. That means both are opposite to each other. Hence, the product of I4 and R4 is taken positive. For branch BD, loop is directed from B to D and even current is flowing along B to D. Hence, both are in the same direction. Therefore, the product of Ig into G is taken negative. For branch DC, the loop direction is from D to C and even current is flowing the same direction. Hence, the product of I3 into R3 is taken as negative. Now let us write the equation. I4 R4 minus Ig into G minus I3 into R3. Since Ig equal to 0, putting this value, we get I4 R4 minus I3 R3 is equal to 0. This implies I3 R3 is equal to I4 R4. And from equation number 4, we had shown that I1 is equal to I3 and I2 is equal to I4. Okay, writing the above equation in terms of I1 and I2, we get I1 into R3 is equal to I2 into R4. Okay, let this equation be 6. Now, divide equation 5 by equation 6. We get I1 R1 divided by I1 R3 is equal to I2 R2 divided by I2 R2 R4. Okay, here on left hand side we have I1 on both sides in denominator and in numerator, and even on right hand side I2 is present in numerator and denominator. Hence at left hand side I1 will get cancelled and on right hand side I2 will get cancelled. Hence we get I1 by R1 by R3 is equal to R2 by R4. Okay, this is the balanced condition for Wheatstone network. Thank you.